Rare US Postage Stamps Part 2. The 33-cent stamp from 1999 was issued to raise public awareness of prostate cancer. You will be able to see on the center the written prostate cancer awareness. A little further down, the symbol indicating the male sex. Lower left, the nominal value of the piece, 33 cents of the US dollar. The Postal Service, hoping to draw attention to the importance of early diagnosis. Key to successful healing. Commemorative stamp. Released May 28, 1999. Was issued in 78,100,000 copies. Printed with the photo engraving method. Were a flat aluminum matrix. It was engraved using a computer. On photomechanical film. With an 11 serration. Printed on phosphor-coated paper. Today it's worth $25. The 22-cent stamp from 1987. It is part of the series issued in honor of the 200th anniversary of independence of the top 13 American states. Especially this piece commemorates the ratification of the state of New Jersey to the Union in 1787. On the center, you will be able to see a typical inhabitant of the state with a harvest in hand. A little further down, the date commemorating the ratification of the Constitution and independence of the Union. December 18, 1787. A little lower, the lettering of the state of New Jersey. To the right, the nominal value of the piece, 22 cents of the US dollar. Piece released in 1987. Was issued in 184,325,000 copies. And printed with the photolithography method. With an 11 serration. Today it is worth $55. The 22-cent stamp from 1988 depicts the bust of James Weldon Johnson, poet-writer. He was a well-known activist for the fight for civil rights of African Americans in the United States. Died in 1938. This piece was issued 50 years later to commemorate and remember him. Up, his name and surname are reported, followed by the face value of the stamp. 22 cents of the US dollar. Down, a musical pentagram with the writings of his most famous poem underneath. Lift every voice and sing. Later set to music by his brother. It became a true national anthem for black men. Under, the written Black Heritage USA, which indicates the name of the series of this collection. Postage stamp issued on February 2, 1988. Was issued in 97,300,000 copies. Printed with the photolithography method. It has an 11 serration. And today it is worth $60. The 2001 34-cent Porky Pig stamp was printed in honor of the very famous Looney Tunes cartoon. Famous postman delivering letters. Appeared in newspaper comics, children's books, and later on TV. You will be able to see him depicted smiling while he delivers a wooden mailbox. His letter. Down, the nominal value of the piece, 34 cents of the US dollar. When its stamp release was announced, many people were against it because say they didn't look favorably on a cartoon character printed on a stamp. It was considered too commercial. With time, the public got used to it, and this piece became an integral part of the US Philately collection. Stamp released on October 1, 2001. Was issued in 27,500,000 copies. Printed with the photo engraving method. Were a flat aluminum matrix. It was engraved using a computer. On photomechanical film. It has an 11 serration. And today it is worth $65. The 1998 32-cent Sylvester and Tweety stamp is part of the series dedicated to Looney Tunes cartoon characters. Their first appearances were in 1945. Were the black and white cat named Sylvester. He was obsessed with catching the canary Tweety. But on all occasions, Tweety always has the upper hand. Up, the nominal value of the piece is reported, 32 cents of the US dollar. On the center, Sylvester climbing on the wooden mailbox that he tries to catch. The canary Tweety jumping over the mailbox, holding a letter. Postage stamp issued on April 27, 1998. Was issued in 39,600,000 copies. It was printed using the photo engraving method. It has an 11.1 serration. And today it is worth $89. The 1-cent stamp of 1925. It is considered a very rare piece. Due to the printing error printed above. The writing zone is reported incorrectly twice. With the help of the United States, Panama declared its independence from Colombia in 1903. This led to the creation of the Panama Canal construction project. As a result, it caused a huge influx of people in the region from America and Caribbean countries to work on the project. A postal service was quickly established, able to meet the needs of sending correspondence and goods. It was precisely in this period that specific stamps were issued for sending correspondence from the Panama Canal to regions and states outside. The official stamp that had to be written on it. It was Canal Zone. By mistake in some of these pieces, they were written twice. Zones. On the center, the nominal value of the piece is reported. 1 cent of the US dollar. Above, the writing postage to. The stamp that has this written in bold twice. It was issued in 1925. And today it is worth $100. The 15-cent stamp of 1866 depicts the bust of Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of the United States of America, who held his role for 4 years, from 1861 to 1865. This piece, it was the first U.S. mourning stamp, specially issued immediately after Lincoln's death, occurred in 1865. Until that moment, the people depicted on U.S. postage stamps had been dead for several years. At the time, a year was short. Which is why this piece, it is officially recognized as having been the first mourning stamp. Up. The writing is shown. US Post. A little foo further up. The nominal value of the piece. 15 cents of the US dollar. All below. The value reported in letters. Postage stamp issued on April 14, 1866. 2,139,000 copies were printed. By the flat plate method. A smooth plate was imprinted with ink and transferred to pressure paper. Piece that has a 12 serration. Today it is worth $2,200.